Hello and welcome to the United Devil channel with me, JB. I hope we're doing really well. Just in Menorca, sunny Menorca. As you can see, I don't know if you can see. I promised. Don't know if you can see us the beach behind me. Hope we're all doing really well. Just trying to connect the Wi-Fi. If you just joined me, breaking news: Jadon Sancho is going to go to Roma. So that's a bit of a good one for me. As I said, wherever I am, I will obviously break the news. Big up to Danny B. Don't know if you can see behind me. A little bit of sun, a little bit of stuff behind me, a little bit of sun behind me. So if you have just joined, breaking news is that Jadon Sancho is going to go to Roma. So where's this come from? Obviously, this is I saw this as a landed, literally coming to the villa place that I'm in, and saw Ross Harwood, but this is actually coming from Fabrizio. So this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, basically that Jadon Sancho is agreed a loan move to Roma with an obligation to buy for 20 million euros, so that's 16-17 million pounds. So this is now expecting to go through. This is from Fabrizio. Hope we're doing really well today. So please feel free to get into the chat. The connection isn't the best. See what I can do. Yeah, gonna have to bear with me on this one. Hopefully it picks up. Yeah, it's not the best. Let's see what we can do here. So yeah, so a lot better now. Cool, awesome. So breaking news. If you just joined, feel free to get into the chat. Let us know exactly. Get in there. I've literally just flown. I just saw this from Fabrizio Romano. So wonder what we all think about the Jadon Sancho thing. I mean, I think for me, this is good news. It's an obligation to buy for 20 million. I think pretty much what that is that's trying to break even on that deal. I might go this way actually because there's a flower picture behind me. Yeah. So I think that's a good deal. I really do, bro. How do you think you'll do this season? I think that's a good question. I think when Belieber comes in, as you know, if you know anything about the show, we are believers on here, or I am anyway. And I think right now, I think we're somewhere 10th. I think with Belieber and a keeper. There's a little bit of news on the goalkeeper. I think that we finish probably anywhere from 5th to 8th. But that means we're going to have a good season. You know, this is not me just saying we're going to jump from 15th to to 6th. That's going to be really hard to do. But we need Belieber, we need a keeper, and then we need a little bit of luck this season as well. So right now, I think anywhere between 7th and 10th. I sort of have to say that right now. Let's get Belieber in, let's get a keeper in, and let's see where we are. Are you looking forward to a Sunday, bro? I am, mate. I am looking towards that. Alves, Yames, easily resolved, my friend. Easily done. Somebody wants to be a bit of a wally in the chat, then they get removed. Okay. New crowd, watch out for the dodgy Cameroons or saying that we've agreed a deal. Sancho, so if you have just joined, breaking news, Jadon Sancho from Fabrizio, again, we know that he's a legend of the chat. He's just a legend on X. I wish he was in the chat. Yames from Turkey. I hope you're doing well. Hello, everybody. Turkey. Yeah, Turkey is good. I'm an Arsenal fan and I cannot wait. Bro, it's going to be a good game, mate. Arsenal fans are welcome here. Your alternative is AFTV. Really, I'd come on here, mate, if I was you. I think Arsenal friend. I've always had a lot of respect for Arsenal. So, one of the things I will say here is that I'm not a dictator of the chat. I'm led by this amazing chat. I'll always say this: the chat is amazing. We've predicted so many things so far on here as well. So just to check back and look at what we do, and I kind of go with the chat. So I think that I think it's going to be a draw. I don't want to say what it could be because the truth sometimes hurt, but I'm hoping for at least a draw. Maybe we sneak a win against Arsenal purely because of the home advantage, but it is Arsenal. They are up there now in the top three teams. They've got a striker, Carlos. What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing really well. So if you have just joined, basically Fabrizio has confirmed this today. Ross Harwood, I just saw it on his, but he's tweeted or X now, whatever it's called. He's gone with Fabrizio, and Jadon Sancho is going to go to Roma. 20 million obligation to buy. I'm glad he's gone. Very much like a Garnacho. I'm glad he's gone. To be fair to Sancho, I will say that he's gone a bit quiet in terms of he hasn't really been he hasn't really been opening his gob. He's kept it shut. So a little bit of respect in terms of how he's dealt with this situation. He's not punching for a move. He hasn't been talking, saying all sorts of stuff. He's just kind of been there and thereabouts. Still scamming his club out of money. But at the end of the day, he's not done anything like a Garnacho's done. So. I'm glad he's gone. For me, I've not really seen him as a player for the last couple of years. So, I'm not sad he's gone. I think it's sad that we wasted so much cash on him. But for me, yeah. So if you don't know, I'm in Menorca right now. I don't know if you can see behind me. It might be a little bit too bright. So we've taken the channel on tour. Just means I'm just basically away with the family, and as I promise, whenever I'm away, it doesn't really matter where I am. I was in the park the other day. You never quite know where I am, so give us a thumbs up and a like, purely just for the lols, because I'm basically wherever. So if you have just joined, we'll go a little bit on Belieber and the keeper situation as well. So yeah, give us a like, favourite, and subscribe. So Jadon Sancho, let me know in the chat what you think about this. So Jadon Sancho, Roma, I think it makes a lot of sense for him, to be honest. 20 million euros obligation to buy. So it's going to be a loan with an obligation to buy next year. So I don't know the details yet in terms of the wages. I'm hoping we're not covering the wages. So maybe there's no loan fee this year, so they cover the wages, which it's fair. So I think that probably works out. We'll see on 300k a week, a mil a month, maybe that's asking a lot. Maybe we'll cover some of the wage as well. But do you know what? Even if you get 6 million loan fee, 3 million loan fee, something towards his wages, and he goes next season. So that's an obligation to buy. Roma, I think, is a great deal. So goodbye to him. Belieber, where are we? As we said yesterday, breaking news on Belieber. Basically, Belieber, we're going to put in a bid. It is imminent. It's going to be. The bid will be in for the Arsenal game. I think we're talking 100. I think max 120 million. I don't know where you guys sit on that one. I think 120 million. Is it a fair price? Personally, I don't really care about the price. I think it's a good deal. I know it sounds mad, but I think that's a good deal with Belieber. And I think he'll be so transformative, and I think he'll be such a great player that I can't wait for that bid to come in. The only way now I see this not happening is basically if Brighton kind of go mad and go, can we have 150 million for this player? Then I think maybe at that price, sometimes you do get priced out of a deal, and maybe they know there will be a price war next year for him. So we're going to have to pay premium to get him early. His wages are low, but a bid will go in. We're not messing around here. Now, additionally to that, what Believe yesterday was a goalkeeper was off the table. Now, what we have said on here consistently on here, is Lamens is a keeper for us. So the Donnarumma thing, obviously he's gone. He's going to go to Turkey or City. I think City for me is where he's probably going to go. It makes sense for them. I feel sorry for the keeper Trafford that they've just signed. That's on them. I feel badly for him. But Lemens, it looks like we are going to get a keeper as well. So Amarin is pushing and demanding. So if you have just joined, I'll tell you where. Jadon Sancho, breaking news for about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, it's come out from Fabrizio. I saw it via Ross Harwood. Check him out. Ross Harwood is brilliant. He's been so good in all this. He hasn't come out with the Sancho stuff at all. He's quote tweeted Fabrizio. We will get a here we go soon, but this is a Fabrizio coming out and saying, look, this deal was done. It's that one step away from a deal done. Don't know how you feel about Sancho going. I mean, again, I think it's really important when we do breaking news or we do these player things. I think it's really important that we do it for as many players because Sancho ultimately was a lot of money. We chased him. I mean, I was never fully on board with Sancho. I'm not going to say I didn't want the player. I did want the player. I was always quite suspicious of what he was, what he was trying to do, whether he would work. So he reminded me in some respects of Verts, but only in terms of kind of like the sort of price tag around him at the time and the sort of positional and the way he played. Verts is a superior player, I believe. It was just that sort of midfield, sort of attacking midfielder, sort of, that type. But Verts, as it transpires, is a much, much better player. So I thought we were going to get a playmaker. I thought he was going to be here for years. It seemed like, in my eyes, one up to City as well, because obviously he played for City. And for me, it was almost like, we've got one of your players. Like, I know he's had to leave, but it was almost like we've got one of your players. He's going to come to us and be a world-class player. It didn't transpire that. So, he hasn't really played for 2 years. He went on loan to Chelsea. Didn't really do a lot for Chelsea. The bit I don't get, though, with Chelsea, and you can let me know if you know more than me on this one, is that Chelsea offered him a salary, I think a reasonable salary, around 150 to 200k mark, and he said no. And they did have the option to buy 15 million to 20 million euros, but he turned it down. And now he's going to go to Roma. So I don't. And Sancho, unlike say Anthony or unlike some of the other players, like he knows he's not going to go to England, right? He knows he's not going to go to the World Cup. So I don't know why he wouldn't. So let me just go chat because they stopped a little bit. Okay, hi guys. I never watch AFTV, to be honest. I only watch football. Terrace, no, Terry over there is really, really good as well. So yeah, I thought that's good. Trouble says hi. I do feel bad for you with the amount of toxic players you've had in the last few years. Not Brett May. Sancho don't let the door hit you on the backside. I agree, my friend. Please come in within a week. Niche fan, well believers. If I'm honest, dude, I'm not too convinced by your transfer window. I feel like you overpaid for Cunha and Mbeumo. It's the market, mate, isn't it? I mean, it's two of the best players in the Premier League. I think that it's been one of those markets. I mean, is 62.5 million for Cunha and 70 for Mbeumo high price when you consider what Liverpool paid for Ekitike and Verts? I think it's ups and downs. That you've played for Madueke. We'll soon see. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's a fair critique, to be honest. But we'll soon see. Again, as with us, we have a habit of paying. So I think it'll be a very interesting window to see what we've done with players. We've got to pay wherever they want. I agree. And Mbeumo is only fit enough to play. He is, my friend. He is. Your internet isn't working well. No, I'm away, my friend. It is not the best. Rock and a hard place, though. I'll never forgive you for giving the Spuds a trophy. Bruh, don't even get me started on that, mate. Don't even get me started. Yeah, we gave them one, didn't we? We basically gave them the trophy, and it was absolutely horrendous. I don't blame you. I just popped a huge pimple above my butt crack. Name. Yeah, see you later, Wally. In Birmingham, give us a cracking 45 minutes. We can start match. Roma have made an offer, 20 million, to sign Sancho on a permanent transfer, club to club. Yeah, not been any indication from Sancho. This has come from Fabrizio Giles. So again, I'm of the opinion that Sancho to Roma is a goer for me. Fabrizio, yeah, for me, he wouldn't come out and say it, but again, I I think will be a good deal. He won't be open to the move. He'll be open to the move. Let's see what happens with that one. But for me, yeah, I think I can see him in a Roma shirt. I really can, bro. You can start Mount though. The midfield of Rice, I'd undo him, and he's gonna run through him. Bro, mate, that scares me. If you look at our pivot, yeah, it's very very scary. That's why we need Baliba. So I'm hoping Arsenal have an off day. Most have said Roma fans have no idea of the storm coming to their club. Exactly. We paid less for Gyökeres, to be fair. True, but you can't doubt that you wanted Šeško, you wanted to get Šeško. I'm not saying that Gyökeres is a worse player. He's probably better right now, but what can't be argued, Arsenal wanted Šeško, but they pivoted. I think they've still got probably right now the best striker. But they were in for Šeško, but I think he did well with the Gyökeres deal. We did not overpay for Mbermo, not Cunha, not with the stats last season, bro. For the teams though, do you think they can put up similar numbers for you guys? No. I don't think they will. I don't think we'll put up similar numbers because of the way they're going to play. I'd love to, even if they put up 70% of what they did last season. No, I don't think they're going to get the same numbers. I don't think, Mbermo might get the same assist numbers. Don't think he'll get the same goal numbers. Cunha, again, I think he'll get similar assist numbers, but not goals. So I think as long as they can bring, we scored was it 40 odd goals last season we scored? So I'm hoping that they can get close to the numbers, or at least 70% of the numbers. Šeško value is based on his age and potential. I personally think Gyökeres. But I agree with you, mate. 100% agree with you. Šeško's value is based on his price, based on his. If you look at his stats, if you look at Šeško's stats for his age as well, and you compare it to, obviously, for example, like a Gyökeres, right? If you compare him goals to minutes, he actually comes out better. But obviously, Gyökeres is the far superior player. But Gyökeres, for you guys to win the league, is the right decision. 100% the right decision. He is what you needed. He's what you need. He might even be the missing piece. So, I think, if I'm going to choose who's going to win the league this season, obviously it'd be us. I demand we choose the league this season, but it's not going to be us. So the best of the rest, Arsenal to win the league, mate. I want them to win the league more than anybody else, other than us, of course. And it'll be the first league in quite some time as well. So, fingers crossed. As long as he doesn't score against us, I couldn't care less. But Arsenal, I think they've put themselves in a good position for a title charge. Arsenal struggled for a half turn down by Šeško, who was holding out for United. I don't know if he does, but I will just say the goal difference between Arsenal and Liverpool was 17 goals last season. Exactly. Yeah. Let's hope. So, breaking news, as far as I'm aware, Sancho to Roma. I think that's going to happen now. I think he needs to go. We're coming to the arse end of the window. £20 million is it? That will come out. Hopefully, we'll get something soon on that one. Gyökeres will easily bridge that gap as fact as Saka. Bruh, honestly, mate, you're making some good points here, mate. You're not going to hear any arguments from me on that one. I demand to finish first. I demand to beat Arsenal. I do demand it, but Arsenal are you need to win something. You need to win something this season. The amount of money you've invested in the squad now, it's time. You've got the striker. you've got the team. Obviously, barring injuries, it's now time for Arteta to win the league. So let's see how you do. So yeah, if you have just joined, Fabrizio has broken that pretty much that Sancho's off. Sancho's going to go. I think he's going to go off to Roma. £20 million, euros. It will come out in the annals of time in the next week. Belieber again. A bid is imminent. Rasmus to Fulham instead of Milan. I do not see Fulham come in. They could be late, but I think that would be a perm move. Tell you what, if he pivots from AC Milan to Fulham, I think that'd be a good move. Really sure, mate. I think that'll be a great move, and I'll certainly be keeping my eye out on that one for sure. Yeah, so again, breaking news, I'll jump back on again and I'll let you guys know. So on that note, I am going to go because I'm going to go jump in the pool. It's just a quick update for me, just to let you guys, just to say hi, and I'll obviously be back very soon. So on that note, guys, just put you out into the sun. Hopefully the signal is good out here. Bryce says we're pushing for it. Liverpool to win the league. City at 8% and Chelsea at 6% for us, mate. There's no way that we're going to win the league. Absolutely zero chance. Absolutely zero chance that we win the league. Winning the league, and obviously then if anything does break, guys, I will jump back on, let you know. United are good. Yes, they are. Right, what you get on here, my friend, is you get logical conversation, and that is what we try and do on here, mate. Is just we talk about football from a logical perspective. As many football fans, mate, giving your opinion on United, giving your opinion on your own club. I think it's really important for us as a club to learn as well. It's really quite interesting to me how other clubs perceive our club, and also I think clubs do amazing business. There's no point in trying to be salty against clubs who are doing fantastically well. Arsenal, I think they've done some great stuff. So yeah, let's see what happens for the rest of the day, my friends. And I will jump back on as soon as I know from the sunny weather from the beach. Thank you for joining, guys. People like Bra, people like Joel, legend of the chat. Michael Andres, shut up, stupid rag. That's not very nice, Michael, is it? Jesus. You're gone. That's not very kind, is it? Jesus. Niche fan, legend of the chat, of course. Cho Boy, Carlos, Alves, Kai, Chief Herb, of course, legend. Danny Bear, of course, legend, guys. So if anything does break, you are going to pretty much see this. I am going to do the Arsenal watch along as well, brah. So if you're interested in that as well, mate, feel free to jump on, and we can talk about the score as and when it happens. Okay, said hi, my friend. So I'm going to go and enjoy this sun. Spend some time with the family. Going to have a glass of wine and chill. So, guys, I mean this. Doesn't matter if you support this club, you support your own club, a different club to ours. Thank you for spending time. It really means a lot to me to spend time with you guys. Thank you for getting into the chat. It blows my mind. You guys are fantastic. I'm saying 4-0 to the mighty Arsenal. Well, if you want to join us for the watch along from Spain, more than happily have you there. 4-0 would be painful, but I think it's going to be a tight game, my friend. I think it'll be a 2-1, 2-2. Shesko to score the winner, my friend. Shesko's going to bang in that winner. If you have just joined, if you are late, Fabrizio Ross Harwood, of quote tweeting Fabrizio that Jadon Sancho is on his way to Roma pretty much for £20 million with an obligation to buy a loan this season, and then he's going to go off next season. So I think that's an absolute win. Not as painful as 8-2 though, is it? Don't even, no, it's not as painful as 8-2, but mate, that was a long time ago, mate. That doesn't even count now. Let's hope that doesn't happen on Sunday, mate. Have a good rest of your days, guys. What morning, afternoon, evening. You lot are fantastic. You are legends of the chat. Amazing. I can only thank you so much, guys. So I will see you very, very soon. Take care, stay safe, and have a good rest of your day, morning, or evening. Take care, guys.